Hi, my name is Mo. I'm a nurse from the Education Operations Center.
Hi, my name is Anna. I'm the School Counseling Fellow at the Rhode Island Department of Education. Welcome back to Wellness Wednesday.
In today's episode, Anna is going to interview Angélica Infante-Green, Commissioner of the Rhode Island Department of Education.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
This has been an unprecedented times for schools in Rhode Island, and you have had to lead us through this process. What has that been like for you?
Oh my goodness. It's been difficult, but what's been amazing about it is to see the creativity, the resilience, and the fact that as Rhode Islanders, we've worked together so well. We've planned and we've seen the innovation and the resilience of the school committees, the teachers, the students, the superintendents, the principals, just everyone has come together to kind of lead during this difficult time.
So, as commissioner, I can only imagine all of the demands you have on you. On top of that, you also have a family that needs you. How are you managing all of that?
Well, I think it's really difficult. It depends on the day. I think that I've had some days where it has been challenging, where I've had to hold back the tears. And my source of strength has been my family. Like my 10-year-old will sit there and say, "Mom, how was your day today?" I said, "It was really tough. It was one of the hardest days I've had in my career." She'll say, "Okay, you're doing a good job, Mom." And that makes me feel good. And I think we sort of have to find the places where it's easy for me to beat myself up about anything that we could have done better, or I could have been a better mother, or I could have done any of those things. But I look at those moments where my kids and my husband help me get through the day. And that's how I do. And we understand. We all understand that there's sacrifices that we're all making. But I have to tell you that going to bed with them and reading them a story is the most important thing.
As you have been doing the work of opening the schools, has there been a time where there's been a challenge for you that has been really hard to kind of get through, and how have you worked through that?
Before we were able to have the testing, so we're thinking about how do we get schools open, how do we do the work, but then how do we also mitigate? Like we're always thinking now, how do we mitigate? How do we keep evolving? How do we keep trying to keep a few steps ahead of this virus? And that's difficult because we're learning as we're going. But what we knew is that we needed to start testing in the schools. So we were talking about it for months, putting a plan together, how we were going to get the tests, what does it look like, and we started a pilot in three different districts, so that we can gain information, but also try to make our ecosystem safer, right? And what we did was that in these three communities, we administered the Binax that we have now, it's a 15-minute, and the PCR to make sure that the data correlated. But we are trying to keep moving forward and protect and mitigate.
Parents are trying to juggle work, their kids at home, helping them through school, and this sort of strange place we're in right now. What kind of message would you like to share with parents as they're trying to balance all of that?
Well, I would say give yourself a pass, right? I think we have this idea of what a perfect parent is, what a perfect mother, father, guardian, what we're supposed to be doing, and there's no such thing. All you can do is love your family and your kids and take a deep breath. I have all these rules in my house. Technology only an hour. I've had to be flexible, right? Just be flexible. Give yourself the permission to be human. We have this idea that we have to balance everything, and it doesn't look like that. The balance sometimes it tips in different directions each day, and that's okay. There's no perfect family or scenario. And I think we beat ourselves up when we think we're not meeting those expectations. Those were set by somebody, one who was not during a pandemic, two, that's in a book, Your family is perfect the way that you do your family. And as long as your kids and your spouses, because forget about the spouses, they come last most of the time, feel the love and the attention, that's all you can do. It really is. And I welcome you to be okay with where we are.
Teachers, administrators, and support staff have really risen to this challenge of opening our schools during a pandemic. Many at times have felt exhausted and overwhelmed by this shift. What words of encouragement or advice would you give them to help them push through this challenging time?
Well, I have to say that Rhode Island has risen to the occasion. People have taken notice throughout the nation. There have been several articles written about the innovation, the persistence, the perseverance here in Rhode Island. Teachers are the heroes. They're the ones that have made the magic happen.
What are some resources that parents can access for their students to help them during this time?
So we are pushing ourselves, and with all that's happened in the last few months, we have created a website for parents that's called enrollri.com, and it is amazing because for the first time we have courses. We've always had courses for high school students to get college credit, but now we have courses from K to 12 where we have partnered with hundreds of organizations to be able to have tutoring after school, during school, just all sorts of things to get college credit free of charge. One of the most exciting things that have happened is that we've partnered with Khan Academy. Everybody knows the videos, but this is live tutoring that is going to happen with our students. So if your child needs support in any area, and maybe they don't need support, maybe they want to get ahead, this is an exciting opportunity that we have brought, and Rhode Island is the only state that they're doing it with so far. So that's pretty exciting.
Thank you for joining us today and for sharing your thoughts and your experiences with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Great interview as always, Anna. It seems like all of us, the commissioner has been dealing with a lot of personal struggles, and how she was using all the resources to help her overcome those obstacles was very insightful. And in addition to that, to hear her talk about how all the state partnerships have come together to help combat this pandemic, it's something valuable. It was a great message for the public.
Yes, I really enjoyed getting to talk to her and hearing more detail about the resources and how she personally has dealt with some of the obstacles. Thank you so much for joining us on Wellness Wednesday.
We offer resiliency training as well as other resources to educators. To find out more, you can reach our team at 401-277-1440, by email at edoc@ride, or on our website, backtoschoolri.com. We're here to help.